Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
Fucking money, right? That makes sense.
There's no fucking money.
There's no
Objection! There's no fucking money. I wonder if I might get a word in, Ms. Tenero.
No. What is it now?
Ms. Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony.
What are you talking about? This is perfect.
Simply put, as you saw with your own eyes, the only thing inside Mr. Hicks' wallet was his passport.
Ah.
If I really was after his money, then why would I steal a penniless travel wallet?
Because you wouldn't know that there was no money in before.
So I killed someone hoping there'd be enough money inside to be worth murder.
I don't know you. You might be weird. Ah, but that's right. You, Mr. Edgeworth.
I might be weird. That's your entire thesis.
You didn't know it was empty when you stole it, weirdo.
You would like to think that, but that's not possible.
What do you mean it's not possible?
There is no way the killer didn't know that the wallet was empty to begin with.
Oh? And what makes you so sure?
How can I show her that the killer knew the wallet because there's a passport inside of it? Right?
Is that why?
Probably. Can you click it?
Or is that how the
the killer knew the wallet.
Yeah. Would this have...
yeah, because all the money's on the floor.
Oh. All the money fell out.
If you would recall the crime scene, I admit that the wallet was probably not empty at the time of the murder. That's pretty evident by the bills and cards strewn around the inside of the elevator.
Maybe he keeps them in his pockets. Oh no!
I think you've come to realize the problem with your logic. All of it. I would surmise that the victim's wallet fell out during their struggle, and that's when its contents emptied onto the floor of the elevator. I doubt the killer could have missed such an occurrence.
Then you're saying...
Yes, according to your supposition, if I were the killer, I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty. And since I clearly was not attempting to gather the scattered money, it renders your argument of theft completely invalid.
Forgive me, please.
Well, I was going to, and then you said please.
Oh man!
Hey, what the heck? Shut up! Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Ha! Don't believe it, everyone! It's a trick!
Will you all please be quiet for once in your lives?
Shut up, killer!
Shut up, idiot, Ms. Tenero.
That was a good rebuttal.
I respect that, and I will be quiet.
I was put firmly in my place, and have no measure to speak forward anymore.
Yes?
Starting now. You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark and looking into the light from the elevator. It's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought that I was the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you for releasing me.
Okay. What the fuck?
What is it now?
I like this guy.
Miss, I'm sure you do.
Oh, this guy's speaking our language, literally.
Ms. Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged.
I don't fucking know what he said. It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it because I think he's just going blah, 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 blah. There's another attendant on the flight who...
How's he speaking in pictures?
I said that he is giving the runabout.
Huh?
I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well, see? You, the attendant.
Yes, sir.
I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm slowly trying to figure out what kind of accent I'm going for.
Gravitating towards a few different regions there.
Because there's no precedent, so I'm gonna just decide on the fly. I'm sorry, sir, but what was that accent, and what exactly are you hoping to achieve with that accent?
What is it you want? I am finished talking to the likes of you.
Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land.
You! How dare you try to waste my time!
You are the one who stuck your nose into my affairs.
I wanted to spend even at least one more
Starting to Waluigi.
one more second with my precious heart. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent, yes. I am pretty sure that's how you say it in English.
Well, I'd hope that I don't dissolve in water, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name.
It's Boo. I am Zig LeBlanc II. I am a very wealthy man in the Virginia? I don't know.
Virginia.
Or Virginia. But I am not an ordinary.
I mean, they all talk like this in Virginia.
Rich man. I am an art dealer. A rich seller of beauty.
No, you're not. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now?
Pardon?
When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout.
I have to explain. Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say.
Yes, and yet you continue to blather on.
I saw it, yes, I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down to the lounge.
Yeah.
It was exactly at 6 o'clock.
Talking about 6 o'clock elevator ride.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of that.
All right,
favorite part of a plane ride.
Looking forward to this. Nothing's gonna go wrong.
And what was the significance of that time?
At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6?
What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body?
Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15.
Hicks was his name, was it? Then I say that man Hicks was killed in that 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was this prosecutor, yes?
Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. We don't drink alcohol.
I was still eating. Still haven't finished, see?
There's a big piece of bread.
Yummy.
The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No compliant, I see. Not a single word against this, right?
I was actually in the bathroom, so I could have easily done it. I had the motive, the time.
I did it! I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me.
Oh, so you say? But do you have, what do you say, the evidence?
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Just be honest.
All right, handcuff you again.
This is a safe place, Edgeworth.
Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw? Enough to give testimony?
Of course! I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing with that annoying little small machine the whole time.
Machine?
Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It doesn't make me crazy, the click, click, click.
From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer.
I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself.
A simple cell phone? What does that say? A laptop or organizer, I can see, but that's kind of low budget.
Well, it's like 2019 or...
I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw.
Ms. Tenero,
Yes?
I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene.
No. What? You want to examine the crime scene?
If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that. Foxy in the duck pen. Yes, I think that is how you say it in English.
It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Ms. Tenero, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then.
I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. He's
Captain
not gonna like
Zeus.
What do you want? Don't bother me.
Ha! This should not be approved.
Please, Mr. LeBlanc.
LeBlanc! How dare you?
Blanca from Street Fighter. In an emergency, all decisions are to be made by Captain Zeus alone. Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do, and hopefully he doesn't strike me down with lightning.
Oh, I will.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get lightninged. Zeus.
You are not planning to erase the evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes?
Of course not.
Ha! We will see.
I bet he's gonna erase her.
I bet he's gonna do it too. I try to burn the door
He's got an eraser in his pocket right now.
Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene.
Also, I am singed like a Looney Tunes character right now from the lightning bolt, but I will recover.
What? Unbelievable!
I am in your debt, Ms. Tenero.
However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that?
Of course. I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural, as I am still a suspect in this case.
Grr.
Can you chill the fuck out?
No!
Okay, I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. Not as good as Gumshoe, but I hope this is a reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to touch the partner button.
It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge.
What? We didn't.
What?
I didn't say anything.
Don't look at us.
Cool. Are these guys anything?
Don't get near me, you criminal.
Oh shit.
Wow, wow!
Skipped a whole bunch.
Contrary to the facts.
He says, but that's contrary to the facts.
I can understand his English just fine, thank you very much. I guess we don't have to talk to these people.
Yeah, I don't think there's... It just said to go there, so I guess... Oh, hi.
Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? You there. Hello?
If you need something, please ask Ms. Rhoda over there, okay?
What the... Hey, wake up, you!
I'm terribly sorry that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth.
No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that was in the red. Sorry. Hard to read sometimes.
Ooh. How do we get there? Oh, it's on the left.
That's
Why they showed you to laugh, Alex?
Do you want to fight?
No, please.
Mister, I will break a bottle over your head.
No, you are the murderer.
I will be.
I will be
if you
in a
don't
second.
shut up. Dun, 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 dun.
I want to thank you for your help back there, Ms. Tenero.
It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission and your life. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you to that extent. I don't want you to think your standing with me has changed just because I have no plausible reason to think you actually did this.
I see. I will bear that in mind.
I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress.
And you will be smited.
And when you do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time.
Or smote? I don't know.
Bring him the head of the Minotaur.
So my time runs out at his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board?
I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for the business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all.
Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure.
So that way we don't have to worry about the rest of the plane at all, don't have to draw it, don't have to have
You don't
characters
have to
from it.
make any sprites. And one other thing.
So many people on
This
this plane.
small man. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Begin investigation.
Do you always announce that?
Yes.
Wow.
Now then, let's get started.
But where should we start from?
Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statement. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere.
If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes.
The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. Let's look at the body.
Maybe we'll take a look at this body next time. Maybe give it a look.
God, this man is
Look at
small.
these Andrew Ryan-ass statues.
I am Zeus Airplane, and I am here to fly a question.
And his twin brother, Andrew Ryan.
Goose Airplane.